Their eyes, listen up. Renowned New York talent Scott Peter Sklar knows a thing or two about spotting the next child star.
His list of protégés includes Sara Jessica Parker, Reese Witherspoon. There are a host of Broadway, TV, film actors, singers, dancers too. Peter Sklar is in town this weekend to help young people understand the truth behind the dream. Good morning, sir. Appreciate you coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
What is the truth behind the dream? Is it just a pipe dream for any little kid out there watching this morning to think they could end up on the big screen?
Well, the things that most people attribute to success with kids are usually not much more than urban legends. Even the thing about looks and talent and training. I always say that stuff is like air. It's essential, but everybody's got it. So the kids that we're mostly interested in are kids that project likability and believability, and these are things you can't fake. Because if you took a survey of casting people and you asked them, how soon do you know if somebody is somebody that you want? They'll say before their whole body gets in the door.
Wow.
Well, I'm thinking of Sara Jessica Parker. I remember, I don't know if she did anything before that show, Square
Pegs, yeah.
But, you know, she didn't get the job, did she? Because she was some knockout, great-looking young girl.
Well, actually, she had been starring in Broadway. She was Annie for several months.
Oh, that's right. She was Annie.
She was also in Once Upon a Mattress. She co-starred with a lot of movies. Co-starred with Bruce Willis. Did the series you mentioned, and yet people really didn't know about her until Sex and the City took off. Which is a great statement about how a very extremely talented, extremely brilliant kid she was. I still say things that she said when she was 16. I still find myself doing quotes. Oh my God, that was Sarah. And you know, when she was like 16, 17. But when Sex and the City became a hit, that's when Sara Jessica Parker got lucky, and that's when she became a star. But all the talent in the world and all the training in the world, which she had, she was a terrific ballerina. She was a really solid singer. I used to coach her musically. And obviously a wonderful actress, very brilliant girl, extremely marketable kid, and nobody knows who she is, despite Broadway and television and movies, until a project takes off.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it about Sarah that you saw all those years ago that made you think she's got it? Was it the believability and the credibility?
Yeah, I want to make it clear. I didn't discover. By the time I worked with Sara Jessica Parker, she had already done Broadway and was well on the way. So she was solidly in the career. Came from Ohio, had a very talented little sister who was in Evita on Broadway with Patti LuPone back in those days. But she's just a very perceptive kid, very bright kid, very articulate kid. When she talks, you believe her. It's real. It's her. She's very centered, very grounded. Unbelievable sense of humor.
Where do you find people, though? You know, how do you find a kid, or how does a parent get their kid somewhere to be found?
Well, the problem with that is often avoiding where you shouldn't be found. In other words, you want to worry about and should be concerned about non-union agencies, for example. The first question you ask somebody when they say, I'm an agent, I'd like to represent your child, is, are you union? Are you a Screen Actors Guild, Actors Equity? Because they will protect you. They'll make sure they're not just selling photographs or classes or selling anything. The only money any talent rep should ever make is a percentage of what they get you. So that's number one. Pictures are a big scam because, and I'm sort of answering your question by saying what you shouldn't do, because unfortunately there's a lot more of that than what you should do. You can't tell anything about somebody from a picture. You cannot tell whether they're likable, believable, what their personality is, if they can walk a straight line. Pictures are something you drop off at an interview or an audition to remind us who the kid was that we just saw. She was the kid in the red shirt. We have to meet you. And people don't fly you to auditions in New York and L.A. So when they have these talent searches, people take out a hotel room, they advertise on the radio. In the real world, people are pushing talent out of their lobbies and waiting rooms 7 days a week. They don't need to advertise on the radio or television in St. Louis. And you can't get the jobs if you can't make it to the auditions. So, again, people are not going to fly you to these auditions. So what you really have to do is you have to develop yourself locally. You have to be in local theater is wonderful. Any regional theater, community theater, school plays, dance classes are wonderful, singing, acting. Raise a happy, healthy kid, and then once in a while go to New York, go to L.A., maybe a few days here and there, take some classes, maybe go on some open calls. And that's how you develop a career.
All right.
Peter, we've got a lot of good tips for people, and anyone out there who's interested in hearing more from Peter can go to the lecture tomorrow at the Alexandra School of Ballet in Chesterfield. Now, it is free, but you do need to make reservations. The lecture is tomorrow, February the 8th, 2 in the afternoon. If you want to make reservations, here's the number.
469-6222. 314-469-6222. And if you missed it, you can call us here at Fox 2, and we'll get you the number if you'd like to make reservations to see Peter Sklar. Thanks again, Peter.
You're welcome.
Despite the bad economy,